Good evening, CAN TV viewers. Thank you for tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. Once again, this is our second show for this quarter. We are excited to be back. My name is Yolanda Gibbons, and I am the host for this evening. And our topic for today is we're going to be talking about breast cancer. So callers, get your questions ready. Feel free to call in with your questions, and we're just going to have some good conversation, and that's it. We're going to get started. I am going to introduce my guest, and she's going to introduce her guest. All right, so this is Nadine Willis,
Yes.
and she is a community health educator.
Yes, I am.
For Sisters Working It Out, an organization with a mission. I'll let her tell about the mission. But what I do know about Ms. Willis is that she is a 11-year breast cancer more than a conqueror survivor.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
I got
Excellent.
it. So I'm going to let Ms. Willis tell us about her, and she's going to introduce her guest.
Okay. My name is Nadine Willis, and I'm a board member of SWEO, Sisters Working It Out. And Sisters Working It Out is an organization that's dedicated to educating African American women about their breast health and health in general. We understand that more African American or black women are dying from breast cancer than any other ethnic group or any other group. And we are about the business of going to the community to explain to women the importance of breast health, where to get screening, how to get mammograms, and how to basically take care of themselves so they can live and take care of their families. And that's what SWEO is in the business of doing. I am a recently graduated health educator. I went through a 12-week program that SWEO, thank you, that SWEO sponsors. And it's, like I said, it's a 12-week program where we go through intensive study so we can help people in the community. My guest with me is my son, Steven Willis, and Steven is here to talk a little bit about the impact of breast cancer on family members. So that's what we're here to discuss today.
Okay. So I'm going to get us started because my mom is actually a breast cancer survivor, more than a conqueror survivor. She was diagnosed, I believe, 2005. And I just did a mammogram a few months ago, and now I have been referred to have a biopsy, so I'm nervous about that. So can you share with myself and the viewers what should I expect?
Well, the first thing I want you to do is not be afraid.
Okay.
You have had mammograms before, which you had told me earlier, and the earlier you get the diagnosis, the better your chances are for survival, and I believe you're going to be fine. And I say I'm more than a conqueror because there's a scripture that says that we're more than conquerors in Christ Jesus. So sometimes people say, I beat breast cancer, and I know I didn't beat breast cancer. I don't know how to beat breast cancer. I know just through prayer and just the treatment, you know, going through, I had a radical mastectomy of the right breast, and I wear prosthesis. I also wear the sleeve that you see here. Because I actually ended up with lymphedema because they had to take some of the lymph glands out. And, you know, the lymph glands enable fluid to move through your body and moves all through the body. And when they remove those lymph glands, the fluid kind of gets stuck. And this helps, you know, it's a compression sleeve that helps, it just makes my arm feel better and helps that fluid move better. But anyway, with all of that, I just want you to be encouraged to know that early detection is our best protection. People are getting breast cancer, and actually in the black community, there are more women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer than ever before, and they really have no idea really why. So I just want you to be encouraged. You shall live and not die.
That's it.
You're going to be fine. Your mom is fine. You've got support. You've got help, and you did say you had a great doctor. And sometimes those are the things, the barriers that stop women from going in to get the treatment. They might be afraid. There might be, you know, there's a lot of anxiety. Family members may not be supportive, or they may have had a negative experience with a healthcare provider. So what we do with SWEO is we try to really encourage women to go get the help. Our CEO is Beulah Brent, and Beulah is very passionate about breast cancer. And let me just say this, SWEO was founded by Dr. Monica Peak from the University of Chicago. And Dr. Peak is also a breast cancer more than a conqueror survivor person. But Beulah is now the CEO, and I've seen her walk people through the process. So she's actually a navigator. Navigators help people from beginning to end. If they're afraid, to go to the doctor alone, or you need somebody to translate, what's being said to you, Beulah is one of those people that's so very good at that. So good at encouraging people. But our job is really to tell people to get their, get your mammograms and talk to, we really want folks to talk to family members, because tell them what you told me about when you found out about your mom.
I shared that my mom was, I want to say it was the day of, but if not the day of, it was the day before she was about to have surgery that I found out she had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and I almost fell out. And I just couldn't understand. I have a very close relationship with my mom, so it's not, a distant or a strange relationship. I just could not understand why, she wouldn't share, that information. And I know, and then I talked about she should have just told me after,
Instead of worrying you.
Yeah, instead of worrying me through the process. So I'm not sure why families don't share, or is it important that they share?
It's very important that they share, because if, for example, if I were diagnosed with breast cancer at 40, and I wasn't, I was older, and I had a daughter, then at 30, my daughter should start getting mammograms. So 10 years before that date or that time you were diagnosed, your family member, the daughters, or people in your family should start getting their mammograms. So we have to talk to each other, because another scripture says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." And the more knowledge we have, the more we can be armed to deal with situations like this. We don't know why people get breast cancer, but some of the risks that are associated with cancer, one would be maintaining a healthy weight. We need to eat better, if at all possible, avoid stress, limit alcohol intake, don't smoke. And even with that, there are people who have been diagnosed and they've done everything right.
Right.
And they may still be diagnosed. But one person that was diagnosed at an early age said that she felt that if she weren't as healthy as she was, she wouldn't have gone through as successfully. So we need to keep that in mind. But we really want to get the word out to Black women that it's important for you to get the help that you need. If you're afraid and you don't know, what to do or where to go, and you felt something unusual in your breast, you can give us a call at SWEO, Sisters Working It Out. Our number is 312-574-3053. That's 312-574-3053. 312-574-3053. We have people who are willing to help you and walk through, and just to reassure you that you don't have to die of breast cancer.
So that's important to know, because we're always hearing about someone, a friend or a friend of a friend or a family member, and people don't, it's so unexpected. They don't know what resources are really out there. Like you said, they are afraid. Sometimes insurance is an issue. Are there services for folks who may not have insurance?
There are services, and SWEO can direct you to the resources that will be most helpful for you based on where you live. Our organization networks with other organizations in the city of Chicago, and so we do have excellent contacts that can get you to the resources that you need. There's some organizations that offer either free or reduced cost mammograms, and we can direct you to those resources. I have Steven here. Steven, one of the reasons I have you sitting with me is because I want you to share with the audience the impact, what happened or how you felt when I was diagnosed.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to remember, it was a while ago. I remember how I felt when I walked in to the room and saw you there after surgery. And that was probably the worst moment of the whole process. Even though you had, you had gotten rid of the cancer, it was just seeing you, like, I guess, you were still slightly under, so you were out of it. And I was in the room, and it was just you never want to see a loved one in that kind of position. But I'm probably more just grateful for the time Grateful for the time that we have. Even sitting here with you right now, it's just a blessing. But I guess even going through it with you, you do start to appreciate people more. Like people are less annoying. Less annoying when you know that your time is limited with them. You're still annoying, but not as annoying as you.
That's what moms do. Moms do.
Yes, I'm sure my son will probably agree with you about me.
Yeah, but
He says all the time, okay, you're annoying me, I'm not going to talk anymore.
and it just puts it in perspective. It's like, okay, I have this person here, I have this gift in human form here with me, and you really just you try to hold on to that so you can treat people better moving forward. But it's not a situation anybody wants to be in. But it does help to have a positive outlook. And we go to a number of places for that positive outlook, but it does help to be positive when you're going through a situation like this and have other people who also believe that you can make it out. And honestly, when you're going through, I cry on my own, and then I come and help you when I need to help you. So it's also it's not good, but it helps you get out of the selfishness. Because I can walk past you like, oh, that's mom, she'll be here. Even though we know that everybody has to die.
Right.
So for me, it was just it was eye opening on the I have a mother, I need to appreciate her more.
Very good. You are tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We are talking about breast cancer. We have a community health educator here from Sisters Working It Out. If you have any questions, please call in. Now's the time. I know we hear about all the time women, our friends and friends of friends, and there's so much misinformation. There's so much we need to know. And so here's an opportunity to call in and get your questions answered. So don't be shy. Call in. So I have a question. Someone told me that when asked, is it hereditary? Is breast cancer hereditary? And then someone told me it skips a generation. So I started to worry about my daughter. Is that true?
Well, if someone in your family has been diagnosed, then there may be a greater chance or greater risk for people in your family, your daughters or whomever, and that's why it's important for you to get the mammograms. But instead of being afraid, what we do is we go in to get the mammograms, get our screening, and make sure we're taking care of ourselves, going to the doctor. If we notice something irregular about our bodies, we need to let our doctors know, and we need to make sure they hear us when we say, this isn't right, I'm not feeling right, something's not right with my body. So nobody in my family that I'm aware of had ever had breast cancer. Now, my mother had cancer of the cervix. My grandmother died of cancer of the colon.
Okay.
But nobody had breast cancer. So now, it's hit my family. So my sisters, they're fine. They've had mammograms. I have two sisters, and they're good. But I would be concerned about my granddaughter. If I had a granddaughter, or the people in my family. What we just try to do is make sure that people are getting the information that they need, and not to be fearful, but we just don't know. They don't know why breast cancer. They don't know. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, it could be the healthiest person. We just don't know. But because of that, and because it's impacting so many black women, African American women, we're dying at higher rates than white women and other women, and we really need to get the word out that your lives are so important. Don't be afraid to go get your exams. Don't be afraid. I mean, I'm 11 years past the diagnosis. I went through chemo, went through radiation, had the breast removed, all of that. Hair fell out, hair grew back, all of that. But I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to God for my life. I do attribute my being here to Him. I appreciate the people that I attend church with, those folks that prayed with me, people that walked through this with me. My pastor, Shireen Lathan, and my late apostle, Clifford Turner, Elder Harrell, Beulah Brent, Beverly Falls. I mean, there were just people. My late husband, He walked through it with me. He's the one that prayed maximum benefits and minimum side effects when I was going through the treatment. Just really supportive, helped me change the tube. I didn't even want to look at anything. But I'm grateful. I'm just very grateful. And I do want to say this. SWIO, if you go to our site, we have our website is sistersworkingitout.org. And there you can find information. I think we have a caller.
Oh, we have a caller. All right, caller, what's your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. How y'all doing?
We're great. How are you?
I'm okay. God bless the lady in the middle. You're a success story, sweetheart. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
There you go. My comment is to you, you know what? Cancer been around for years. It takes so many lives. But let me ask you something. I got a feeling they got the cure here somewhere. We have all marched, we have all donated, we have all sent funds for the Cancer Society, and they never seem to come up with one spark of hope of how the heck to get rid of it. I don't know if they're holding back and making more money off of people that are sick. You in the middle are a success story. They're done with you making money off of you. You made it through, young lady, and God bless you. But for the other people that can't make it, it just seems to me they're holding back on something. They've got to have an... Now here, looky here. I hate to bring it up because y'all look proper up there. They got the medical marijuana. At least that's helping a little bit. I have a girlfriend that had ovarian cancer. Mm-hmm. She never smoked weed in her life. All of a sudden, bada bing, bada gang, the medical marijuana came out. She was a perfect customer for it. Her doctor pushed her through. She got it. She got to eat. She got to sleep. It didn't take away the cancer. Don't get me wrong, but it subsided her pain. Mm-hmm. So that's one good step ahead that the whole United States is doing. But I believe that there is a cure, but they're holding it back for some reason. There's too many people dying of cancer. Mm-hmm. Heart attacks, my family comes from heart attacks, knock on wood. But that cancer, they got the cure, they got the money, and every time you see the marathons with all those beautiful people running and donating at the end of the line, where'd that money go? Where'd that money go for the research? Where'd that money go to the doctor in the school to check the research where them cancer cells, like what came inside of you, the lady in the middle? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am, you said quite a bit that you're correct
yes,
about.
That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel
I heard
about
this
it.
once. Let food be your medicine. Let medicine be your food. We in our community need to look at what we're putting on the plate. Mm-hmm. We need to. Now, I'm originally from Kentucky, and Mama and them, they had a garden.
Sweet potato pie.
Well, no, we didn't really have that. We ate pumpkin for some reason. We ate pumpkin.
Ooh.
But, we grew vegetables. I mean, things
Sure.
were, now they call it organic.
Sure, I'm Italian. We eat a lot of vegetables.
And we got to be careful. We don't need to be putting salt pork and all that stuff in our food. The food, our food supply is being... we are eating things that we have no business putting in our body. Right. Trans fats, too much sugar, too much fat. We got to really try to get back to
caller,
the
for your comments. We have another caller. We want to get that caller to come in before the show ends.
And thank you, ma'am.
Caller, do you have a question?
Thank you, ma'am. Do you have a question? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I wondered if there was a difference between the 3D mammograms and the regular mammograms.
Okay, good question. Is there a difference between 3D mammograms and the regular mammograms?
Quite frankly, that's an answer I don't have for you. But if you would call our number, 312-574-3053, that's 312-574-3053, we can get that information for you. I know quite a bit, but I don't know everything. Okay.
Good question, caller.
Thanks
for calling in. So we don't have much time. The first caller made a really good comment. Second caller, that was a very, very good question. What final information would you share to the viewers as it relates to breast cancer?
Okay. I would encourage you to get your mammograms at age 40. If there's nobody in your family, your mom or grandmother hasn't been diagnosed, years before, we need to start at 40. If your grandmother or mom was diagnosed at 40, you need to start getting your mammograms at age 30. So, but by and large, most people should get mammograms starting at age 40. If you feel something that's not right with your body, you see something unusual with your breast, certainly talk to your doctor. You don't have to wait for a particular age. Watch what we're eating. We need to, eat healthy. And there are a lot of fast food restaurants in our community. We need to bypass those and just start cooking at home. Start cooking our greens, and don't put a lot of salt and fat and all that stuff in the food. And actually, I do want to say this. They found that even with the rates of black women dying of breast cancer, more of us are actually dying of heart disease. So we really have to address health issues across the board. We need to exercise, we need to eat right, make sure we're eating more fruits and vegetables, we need to get some rest, we need to stop stressing, ladies, families, you need to take some of the stress off of moms, we need to cast our cares, upon God because He cares for us. And we need to, if you need help, call Squeal. We've got some resources. We know some people that can help you. I do want you to take a look at our website because we have some activities that are coming up that we utilize so we can get the resources we need to be a blessing to the women that we work with. And our website is at sistersworkingitout.org. Please visit that site. Look at some of the things that we have coming. We have our gala that's coming on September the 22nd. That's it's our major initiative of the year. It's the Royal Ball. We use that to encourage and to get resources to help the ladies. And we also have a bowling event that's coming up because we are not-for-profit and we rely on our supporters to assist us.
Okay. So we have had a great conversation. Definitely got some good nuggets and tidbits. Some definitely a resource to check out, sistersworkingitout.org, or go to the GeorgiaDotyInc.org website as well for more information. Again, you are tuning in to the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We are here every Monday till the end of June. 7:30 p.m. We are providing information that's related to health. We're trying to get the information out there. We're trying to share resources. We're trying to connect our community to ways and information that will help them live a healthier life. We know breast cancer is a major thing in our communities, very major among African American women. We definitely thank you for being a part of this show. We thank your son for coming and joining in. I think it's important that we understand how important it is to be supportive of our loved ones, especially when they're going through whatever it is, breast cancer or any, health-related issues in their life. I think I can imagine that support makes the difference.
Oh, it does.
It makes the difference.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I was mad at my mom because I wasn't there to support her. So it's just important that we are educated, we are knowledgeable, and that we go get those mammograms, correct?
Exactly.
That we go get those mammograms. So for more information, again, check out sistersworkingitout.org or go to GeorgiaDotyInc.org. And you can find more information, more resources, but just go get the mammogram.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Eat right, exercise, limit the stress. Right?
Yes. Avoid the stress.
Avoid the stress.
Limit the stress.
Limit the stress. Limit the stress. Avoid the stress. I guess we can't limit the stress, but we can definitely try to decrease some of the stresses in our lives, or find a positive outlet. Because we know life happens, and so we definitely need to be able to release that.
Exactly.
So we thank you for being here, and congratulations for being more than a conqueror survivor.
To God be the glory.
Amen.
Amen.
Absolutely. Son, do you have any final comments?
Enjoy your evenings.
Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your evening. Again, thank you for tuning in. This is the Doty Report on Comprehensive Health. We will be back here next Monday, 7:30 p.m. Please make sure you set your clocks and be prepared to join us. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.